everyone, it's Bob again. I was editing the video from the trip up to South Dakota, and I had way too much for one trip. I ended up splitting it up, and now you're going to get the second half of that trip. Here it goes. Hope you enjoy. We made it over here to Watertown. We're going to load here in the morning. We'll check in the morning, and then we'll get loaded and go to the other pickup. Pick on. It's just a couple little crates. Now we got to head down to Madison. It's about an hour away. I guess that's where most of the load is. So I'm gonna go down that way. Okay, here's the load this time. It's a couple of signs. They're not heavy, but they're complicated. So I ran a couple over a main brace in there, 3 of them. And then I got one in the front. In the back here, it's windy up here. We had to make sure those tubes were snug down enough. That was kind of a pain. They're not going to go anywhere now. And that pedestal up on top measures at 13'5". So we're okay height-wise. Tumbleweeds blowing around. That's the load. Probably only weighs about 10 or 15,000 pounds. So we'll get moving with it. We got loaded and we are on our way. It's a couple of big signs and I guess the stuff that goes with it. We've got an issue right now. The wind is blowing really hard out of the, from the south going north, and it's blowing me all over the road. These signs, they're very high profile and they don't weigh anything. and it is blowing me all over. So it could be interesting. We made it about 5 miles down the road, and the wind up here is horrific. So it's coming from my left, and it actually, I felt it pushing, but I got watching the load, and it actually shifted those frames over about 4 or 5 inches. Okay, we got a problem. Haven't even gone 5 miles, and this whole thing has shifted over to the passenger side about 4 inches because I got a wicked crosswind, so we're gonna have to pull that back. So I had to get out, and I could put a winch around the frame and then pull them back. So now I've got 2 that are pulling back this way, so they should stay put from here on, but this is a very intense wind, so it's going to be fun on the way home. So we'll get going again. I could look out my mirror, and the trailer was tracking over 6 inches to a foot off to the right hand side. It was blowing so hard. I mean, the load is on the front of the trailer, and it's still kicking the back of the trailer out that far. It's quite a wind. Talking with Troy, our dispatcher, trying to figure out a way to do this because the wind is horrible. According to what he can see, it's 25 to 30 mile an hour winds, and that's steady. That's not really gusty. Able to head south for about 15 miles, trying to get back down to the 90, but now I'm heading west again, and it's still blowing pretty good. But he said he was checking the weather along the route, and it looks like the wind dies down to about 10 or so where I unloaded. So hopefully at that point it won't be as bad, and I'll be able to get along. But okay, this is one of the fun things that you have with this type of a setup. That's just kind of flopping around right there. The bolts came out. You can see it in there, there's 2 of them. So now I gotta see if I can put it back together. Okay. Try number 3. So I've got that board jammed under there again, and hopefully the bungees will keep it from vibrating around too much. We got Everything's snug back down. I got that belly wrap. It was pulling over to that side. Now it's pulling them both in towards each other around that main frame. And I did it up here too. That strap coming over goes around that 2x2 and around over to this side and around that one. So it's kind of pushing them together. And then it runs over and it ties down on that side. So front and back. Everything else is looking pretty good. Except I got boards falling all over the place. There's a 2x4 back there. So, yeah. These are the kind of loads that you just kind of hate because everything just keeps moving around. Okay, stop number 3 to retie down. It seems to be settling in there. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay from here on out, but you know, it takes a while to figure out what the problem is going to be, and then you gotta fix that problem, and then once you get it done, it rides good the rest of the way. But so far I've got a couple of 1x3s out, well, repositioned one of them, and a 2x4 that they put in. And all the nuts and bolts on that channel iron up in the front is all loose. So, you know, sometimes that's what happens. But it looks like we're all through the weather and the wind has died down. It's probably under 10 miles an hour now, so it shouldn't be a problem from here on out. So we're going to get going almost to Rapid City and see how far we get. Last night, got my 10 off, and now we're rolling again. About 6.5 hours to the customer's location in Ogden. That'll put me there at about 2 o'clock, a little after 2, so shouldn't be any problem getting unloaded. Yeah, it was clear when I stopped, but now it's starting to look a little cloudy. So, but nothing's coming guys to give them a heads up I was on my way, and they told me that they would rather take delivery tomorrow. So I just came all the way home, and I will, they want it up there at 10 o'clock in the morning, so we'll shoot up there in the morning and get it unloaded. Well, we got it unloaded. That was a bit more excitement than I was expecting, but we got it. So now we got to swap trailers and get ready for the next week. Yeah, they couldn't have gone another 50 feet and cleared that crossing. So now everybody's just waiting. Okay, we got back down here and we swapped out trailers. It was interesting to watch them unload. They weren't expecting the signs to be that big, so it was interesting to say the least. But we got it unloaded. And we swapped out trailers, and now we're done for the week. He's already got things lining up for next week, so we'll go out and have fun there too, I'm sure. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this one. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.